I think he was. He was deeply political. What is politics? It is how the people live their lives in the society. It's not only in the parliament or in the government. The people are political when they live with each other.
And I think we forget that in Jesus' time, people didn't separate things off to spiritual and physical. For the Hebrews, life was one. And so when Jesus challenged the religious leaders, he was also challenging the political leaders. They were one and the same.
I believe it is very dangerous to look at Jesus Christ, the revolutionary personality, and to turn him into a nice guy who healed sick people and who comforted those who were troubled and say, well, love each other and that. But I always say, Andy, nobody crucifies a nice guy.
Yeah, that's right.
He clashed with systems, not only with individuals.
And the temple's the perfect example, isn't it? Because we think of the temple, we think of a place of worship, but actually the temple was so much more than a place of worship. It was like a civic center. I love the fact that at that point in time, he knew that the right thing to do, was to turn the tables.
And to be dramatic.
Yeah, it was to be dramatic, and I think that's a beautiful thing. Sometimes we can extrapolate that to say that, at all times we should do this, at all times we should do that. I think what it says to me is that actually the key thing is for us to be always in touch with the Father. He makes a famous statement, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and render unto God what is God's. We think, okay, let Caesar look after all the political stuff, all the pragmatic stuff, all the practical stuff, and God can look after all the Sunday morning stuff. When the first century folks would have heard what Jesus said, they wouldn't have been thinking, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and render unto God what is God's. They'd have been thinking, render unto Caesar what is Caesar's and render unto God what is God's. That Caesar has this little bit of delegated authority. I think we have to believe that God is bigger than our own.
One party or two parties or whatever. But if we allow the Christians to bring their ethics and morality and what they think, and the Muslims do that, and the Jews do that, and the Hindus.
Folks who have no belief do that as well.
Of course, but we are bound to clash, aren't we?
And the question is how you bring it. How do we allow that interaction to happen? Because the alternative is we stop the interaction happening and people step back from the public square, and that's when exclusion happens. That's when people turn to violence. If we believe that there will be a restoration, redemption, and reconciliation of all things to their Creator, the new heavens and the new earth, that incredible fusion, if we believe in that, then every moment of action of love and justice and compassion in the now has resonance in that future. We're demonstrating that perfect future. We fool ourselves if we think we can do this alone.
No, we can't.
And we need each other. And we also lose track of the fact that it's always as much about his mission in us as his mission through us.
Through us, yeah.
And therefore we lose that kind of the discipleship aspect. Part of the reason he calls us to these challenging places and calls us to be in the fight is because of what we're going to learn through it. The problem in politics today is that we just get stuck in one tribe. Do we start to find our identity in the tribe, or is our identity firmly founded in Christ?